Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Luba.
And my name is Striker, and the topic of this video is it possible to date Eastern European women if you're an introvert?
The good word here is if. The reason of us doing this video is because 60% of our calls are starting like, hello, my name is this, I'm from here, and Striker say, what would you like to achieve by the end of this call? The guy is saying that, and then he say, but you know, I'm a little bit worried because I'm an introvert. Can I actually date? So we start really research a lot about that and analyze all of these guys who called us and all of the guys who called us and become our clients and came on a tour. So what is actually introvert? Is it really a thing? Because like a lot of psychologists, they like to really like share, and they say you're introvert, you're extrovert, you are phlegmatic, I don't know if the same, like, or you're choleric is like a temper, like according to your temper. But really good psychologists say that there's never a clear type. There's never like white or black. It's always mixed. It's always combination. So we found an interesting information that we want to share with you according like what's actually happening with introverts, and are you really introvert or you just don't like to be around like super strange people, right?
Yeah, well, I think the first part of this video here is to talk about if you're an introvert or not an introvert. Or if you think you're extroverted or introverted. And then if you are introverted, what can you do to maximize your potential when dating women and not to do things which are just basically just gonna waste your time. So I think the first thing to talk about here is, are you actually introverted, right? Because, you know, a lot of guys say, oh, I'm introverted. Okay.
And when we ask them what does it mean, they say, no, you know, I work, usually they work as an IT or they work at home, and they don't really enjoy talking to other people. It's what they say. And then they say that they don't really like crowd places, they don't really like to go out, they have friends from high school that they're like very close friends with, but they don't make new friends easily, and so they don't even literally know where to date, how to date. They don't really want to date on the West, and they're asking for our opinion, like how can they date in Ukraine. And so here are the questions that you have to ask yourself.
Well, the typical definition, if you were to make it black and white, make it like binary, like a 1 and a 0, right? Is it that extroverted people, they get
energy.
They get energy. You know, they feel good when there are more people around them. You know, it energizes them and they feel alive. The opposite is true for introverted people. When they are around other people, it draws their energy, or it sucks the energy away from them, and they feel low. All right, so you have to think about these things to decide whether or not you are truly an introvert or an extrovert. And what it can actually boil down to is that do you have bad like if you self identify as an introvert, have you had bad experiences, say with women? Maybe a lot of women maybe have not been interested in you. Maybe certain social groups that you have been in have not really given you the time of day, or they don't listen to you, they don't respect what you say, maybe they even belittled you in some sense. And so you shy away from those situations. You shy away from any situation where there are women there because you're afraid that one of them is like going to reject you. And that's the reason why you feel like you're actually an introvert. But if you were to, for some reason, just something happened out of the blue where you were talking to randomly to a woman and other women wanted to talk to you, then they all wanted to meet with you and spend time with you, and because they saw value in you for whatever traits that you had, all of a sudden, would you still be an introvert, or would you now be an extrovert and you enjoyed that experience and you want to continue having experiences like that? If that's the case, then you are not an introvert at all. You just had shitty experiences in social situations that where people made you feel
uncomfortable and low. And also I think that there is not such thing as an introvert or extrovert. It's just like for some people it takes longer to get to know others and to feel comfortable in a strange circumstance, because we used to work with a guy, and actually he's engaged now, that when he came, he was military, and you know, he was in general like not very trusting. Like he was, even like when he was walking, he was kind of a little bit like watching behind, and he was always very quiet. And for me, because like I can talk to anybody, anywhere, anytime, any language, but for me it was a little bit difficult because I was his assistant, and for me like to get, you know, on the same vibe with him, to take him out of that shelf was a little bit difficult. It took me 2 days, and I think it's long. But anyway, we talked to him, and then I just understood you that the way he needs to date, like that the dates need to be arranged, that they need the way that the ladies that he's going to meet should be different from the guy who is, for example, from UK, who is watching us now and taking his lady now to England, because like he just need action all the time. He just need to go horseback riding, he need to go shooting, he needs to like a lot of stuff all the time, like because it's his personality and it's great. And the other people, they just need a little bit longer time, they just need a little bit deeper conversation, they need to be able to speak and ask more deeper questions, to get a little bit more relaxed, to trust a little bit more, to open up a little bit more. And when they find their people, when they find people that they enjoy to be around, they open up. Because in 2-3 days, when this guy actually met a lady, and like this introvert guys, we went, like he say, Luba, no, she wanted to go to karaoke, and he was okay about that. And then the next thing I see that he's like sitting there and singing a little bit. I would never believe that he would do that on the first like couple of days that I met him, that he was like so closed and shy and like not really talking to anybody.
But we could like, I mean, the argument could be made that like, was he really introverted or not? Because I heard his story from his last 2 relationships, and they were shocking what happened to him. And was it those experiences that made him, you know, sort of retreat back and become introverted?
Closed.
But when he was in a situation where he felt accepted by you, by the ladies that he was dating, all of a sudden he was like singing karaoke and he was having a good time, and he felt that he was in his, you know, we call it the place of power, where the place where you know, you can where you can be yourself, you can feel good, and you can impress people around you. Maybe it's with knowledge, maybe it's with your singing capabilities or something like that. But let's just say that you are like a true introvert, right? You know, one thing that we understand, because we have had clients that we believe are true introverts, is that the first thing I want to say here is that they are attracted to the wrong woman, almost always. So the way at the beginning. So the way that our matchmaking process goes is we say, okay, you know, you have a look at all the ladies that are available that's inside the Rocket Match, and you choose the ladies, and then we go to the ladies and you say, hey, what do you think about this guy here? We show them your profile, your maybe you made a video and all that stuff, and the guys are choosing ladies that are not suited for them. And I would say that these ladies are extroverted, right? These are ladies like, and they don't know the ladies, they only know them from the profile. Maybe it's a video, maybe it's from social media, maybe it's from the photos. And these ladies are like at the club, they're with their friends, they're really outgoing, they're doing crazy stuff. Just something that you would expect an extroverted guy to go, hey, she likes, you know, I don't know, horseback riding, and I like doing that as well. But most of these guys don't really like, you know, doing something adventurous or something. I'm not saying horseback riding is naturally adventurous, or going to the club or something like that. They are attracted to the wrong ladies, right? And the thing is, the problem with this is that those relationships at the start when they first meet, the guy quite often feels like, yes, this is a good option for me. Why? Because she keeps the interaction going, whereas it should be the other way around. And in her mind, she doesn't want to keep the interaction going. She's on a first date.
She can do it for a little bit, like she can do it like, okay, I will do it for some time, and then like he will open up. But you expecting, first of all, I'm sorry that I distracted you, but you expecting her to do it all the time first. And second is that over the time, the guys usually say, why she's going out so much? And he tried to change her.
Yeah, that's the other problem too. So
this is the biggest problem in this relationship.
So some of these extrovert, just outgoing chicks, just chicks that have had a lot of attention, you know, and it's just the way they are. They understand no matter what they do, they're accepted by those around them. So they're not really on their best behavior. I'm not going to say best behavior, but they're not like trying to really impress. They're just doing their own thing, right? And the guy likes that, right? He feels like he can start to feel comfortable because, you know, there's no pressure, there's no awkward silences. She's holding, I'm going to say she's almost holding the frame of that short interaction, which is not a good thing, and it's never going to go anywhere. And so he'll fall hard for her. Then
she will get unattractive.
Yeah, but then what will happen is that he'll think that, okay, well maybe I can stop her from going out and having these girls' nights out and whatever it is that she's doing. But that never works. But those interactions start really fast and then end really, really fast as well. When it's a guy who's an introvert, let's say he's an introvert, however he wanted to define it, and she's an introvert as well, the relationship to start is very, very difficult. It's like oil and water trying to get them to mix together. But when they finally do mix and they do find that common ground, they find that deep connection. Because the thing is with introverted guys is that they always want to feel a deep connection earlier on, right? Extroverted guys don't really care about that. We're gonna go out, we're gonna have fun, we're gonna have drinks, have shots, who cares? You know, it's gonna be a good time, and then the connection will come later. With introverted guys, they don't really want to do that. They want to have that deep connection straight away, where they can talk about philosophy, or they can talk about, you know, their life's journeys and their thoughts and all that sort of stuff, and then from there the interaction, you know, the relationship will be strong, right? But that doesn't happen with the extroverted woman. But with an introverted woman, an introverted guy, it's very hard, because they're like static charges that are being pushed away from each other, you know.
What I want to say is that when like to find person that you will feel good with and comfortable, like it's very difficult for sure. But you need to remember always that both of you don't have to try to change each other. And if you're trying to, it's not gonna go anywhere. Because if you're attracted to her because she's active and going out, and then when you're in a relationship, you kind of become jealous of that, then it's like you're like kind of problem that you want to put her in this cage, because she wouldn't be happy and she would make your life miserable. The thing is good about introverts, to be honest, like when the lady understand that they're much more it's the same as like the guys. They usually attracted to blonde with the big boobs, but then they got married with the brunettes, you know, shorter, tinier, petite, and you know, to have a family with. The same with the guys and women. Like the girls can be attracted to the introvert because he's like super active and fun, but you know, it's much more better to be married to introvert who is like at home, loyal, good, you know, and more stable, I would say. I'm not going to offend any introverts, but I'm just saying that you need always to find benefits in who you are, without thinking like, I don't have good sense of humor, I'm not charismatic, I'm not like this, I'm not looking like Brad Pitt. It doesn't matter. Everybody is perfect. Like you are unique. You are like, I like this word in Spanish, like única. You know, it's like unique. You are special. You are the only one of your type, and so you need to find the benefits in you and show it to the woman. So without blaming, without calling us and say like, I'm an introvert, it's like it's a disease. It's not. It's good. Like you have very, very, very good qualities. So you just need to a little bit longer time. We understand that as a matchmakers. We understand that you need a little bit deeper conversation. We understand that as well. We understand that you can be attracted to a wrong woman, and it's our job to a little bit like say,
yeah,
you know, it's okay. You know, we can, like when we have a tours, like when we had tours, it's even so difficult to say that. Like it was easier because we have 15 dates, and I can allow that to happen, that you will meet several ladies that you attracted to, but then you on your own eyes will understand that no, it's not what I'm looking for. Yes, you're attracted to her, yes, it's interesting, but you understand when you interact with her that she's not for you. There's nothing to talk about like on a deep level. She's not that focused as you. She's not that, you know, this guy who is introverted, like with this girl who was dancing in the karaoke. The first date, I felt awkward. I will be honest with you, because she was also very quiet at the beginning, and so their date was mostly like quiet, but they were like talking without talking. They were like discussing something, like taking one question and discussing it for a little while, and then get quiet. And it's not because they didn't enjoy it or they didn't know what to talk about. Just they was absorbing.
For them, that's probably comfortable.
That was comfortable. For me, it was like, because, you know, and I was like, okay. I also was a little bit like, you know, relaxed with them, like quieter, easier. So you need to find that, and don't think that, you know, we're all attracted to some Hollywood stars or anything, but we are realistic that, you know, we're not gonna.
And that there is the key. It's being self-aware when you decide to go into dating. I guess dating anywhere. But it's being self-aware, and if you say to yourself, look, I'm an introvert, and I just focus on what it is I need to focus on. I don't like to go out and do all this stuff. Like, be self-aware about that and go, okay, so what's available in my pool of ladies that I'm going to be dating? A woman who looks like, who's an Instagram, whatever, who's on Instagram with her ass out and all that. She has a lot of attention. Even if she used to be an introvert, she certainly is not an introvert. An introvert now. She's extroverted, right? We know that by looking at that. So that's the self-awareness part about it, right? Of course, the hotter a woman is, the less likely she is to be an introvert, right? And I'm not saying that like as like a natural beauty, but if a woman is getting attention, she's going to display that attention, display herself more and more to get more attention. She may enhance certain things on her body. She may put on more makeup, more smaller bikinis and all that sort of stuff. So that's the way that goes. Now, one thing you have to understand here though is that can a woman find a man who is introverted attractive, right? Well, it depends on what you do as an introverted man, right? Because some people may be introverted, and in saying that, they sit alone at home in the dark, drinking Mountain Dew, playing Call of Duty or whatever game is popular these days, and they say, I'm introverted and I need a woman that's going to be into this as well. So you need a woman that's going to want to do that, okay? High quality women do not do that sort of stuff, right? But as an introverted person, and like all of the introverted guys that we've had as clients, are all highly driven. They have successful businesses or they've done very well in their careers. They own multiple properties. This, for a woman, is highly attractive. These men have ambition, right? And some even say
they're more solid, they're more focused, they're more like they even sometimes achieved more.
Yeah, there's some just like argument that can be made. A man with money or a man with ambition. I guess it depends on the age of the man and the age of the woman as well, right? But the introverted guys who I've had have been the younger guys. I don't know why that is. They just kind of are. They seem to be sort of 40 under. But they all have this ambition, this drive to succeed. They're focused. They are improving their lives. They're doing things to enhance their lives, and that in itself is attractive for women. So the key takeaway is that if you are truly introverted, okay, recognize that, okay, and date within those parameters. Don't try and step out of it. It's never going to work. Accept it for what it is, or try and change yourself. There's a whole lot of different social skills that you can adapt and you can be better at. Go learn pickup. Like, I'm not a big fan of pickup, but in terms of like developing yourself socially to become maybe less awkward or to build confidence, I do think it does have some merit, so I mean, that's pretty much it for this video here. We do have another video that we're going to make, which I think is important, which is how can you lead in a relationship if you are an introvert. So stay tuned for that one. But that's the video for today. My name is Striker.
My name is Luba.
And
Thank
we'll catch
you
you in the next
for watching.